friends, we are here to look at the last deck I picked up at Reader's Studio. This is the only deck I didn't buy. This was a door prize, and I was sort of presented with three options, and I had one of them. I think I actually had two of them, to be honest, so I chose this, which doesn't surprise me. But I really like it. It's another Hay House deck, so you know the cardstock is crap, and it is. And in fact, I think that the downfall of this deck will be the fact that it is hard to shuffle. It's large, and the cardstock is glossy and thick. I will show you how it shuffles, but Hay House bringing much better decks than they used to, and much worse cardstock than most publishers at this point. Again, the problem with the Fifth Spirit and the Unfolding Path, this is the Unfolding Path is within reach here, is, again, its thickness. Like, I actually really like the stock itself. This is both thick and not matte, and so I hate it, the cardstock. See, I've lit my table specifically because of gloss, but you can see how glary that is. Other than that, I like the deck a lot. This will be a fairly quick look because it's a fairly, it's nothing sort of revolutionary. I don't think it's attempting to be. It's a very sort of stylish, cool deck. It reminds me a little bit of the Saki Saki deck, artistic style. Very similar, in fact, but obviously very different too. And impressionistic and bright, very summery, very cool. And so the art style I really like. Again, the problem with this deck is the cardstock. And Hay House seems to just be really married to terrible cardstock. The backs are quite fun. So anyway, here it's, again, impressionistic and vibey. And, like big pointy titties on the magician. But again, I like this art a lot. I will say, too, that the suit of wands, when we get there, is flowers, which is very pretty. When I was putting the deck back in order, I forgot that, and so I couldn't tell what the flower cards were, and it took me a minute before I got it. Here's the Emperor as a feminine presenting person. Also the Hierophant. The Lovers. The guidebook doesn't really say much of anything. So I'm not showing it to you because I looked at it, what is the artist's vision, whatever, like, unless I'm thinking of something else. But it's a pretty, literally, like, that's the guidebook. Right, so not really a guidebook, and kind of, frankly, a waste of paper. If we're being honest, that could have been a pamphlet. Could have been an email. I do like the artwork, though. Again, it's not like, oh my god, this is the deck I've been waiting for. Like, this is interesting, right? The Hanged Man is retitled to its original title, The Traitor, and this sort of, like, kinky card, which I think is fun. I quite like this card, too. I like all of the cards, really. I think it's quite a cool deck. There's a lot of bats in the deck, which I appreciate. I love this Tower card. Not my favorite star, but I don't hate it. It's quite a lovely moon. Not my favorite sun either, but it's good. Judgment. The World. And so, as promised, the suit of wands is flowers. It's called wands, but they're all depicting flowers. I love those kinds of striations on flowers, certainly. So this is somewhat Pip-ish, which I was delighted, in fact, to discover when I got it back to the table to sit down and look at. It's not entirely, but quite a nice, I would say kind of a nice transition deck. If you're Pip curious, this might be an interesting way, because there's definitely hits of Waite Smith, but not the fullness of the image that we're used to. So that would be the 8, 9 of wands, and then the 10 of wands. And then the courts are princess, knight, queen, and king. And then the cups are actual drinking glasses. Very cool. Again, Pip-esque, but not totally. There's also the Elemental Tarot that this reminds me of, which is another deck I like a lot. I don't use it much, mostly because I forget I have it. Also not great cardstock, but for the opposite reason, it's very thin. 7, 8, 9, 10. Cups, princess, knight, queen, and king. And then we get into swords, ace, 2, 3. Here we're seeing, again, some of that more Waite-Smith influence. 5, 6, 7. This is an interesting 7, and I quite like that. 8. I like this 9, too, just because I like skulls, generally. I'm just a weirdo, and I like skulls. Princess, knight, queen, king. I don't mind these big borders. I don't mind the crafty quality of the art. You know what I mean? Like, all of that I think is quite fun. It's the cardstock. It's the cardstock. Now, would I have picked up this deck if I hadn't gotten it as a door prize? I don't know. Probably not. Not because it's not great, but because I don't, I have decks that do this. But it's nice all the same. And a gift is always nice. And one I didn't already have is already nice. And again, I really like the deck. I would use this if it weren't for the cardstock, but I have small hands. It's thick. It's difficult to maneuver. And there are other decks that are similarly hard to maneuver that I love that either don't get used much or when I do use them, it's a workout. Hit princess, knight, queen, and king. Most of the figures are sort of female presenting or feminine presenting. So let me show you how it shuffles. And I have shuffled this. You can see the bow in the deck. That actually looks like it was a relatively easy shuffle. It was a little broken in, but I can't bend it. I can't bridge it. So I can riffle but not bridge. I'm actually having a much easier time shuffling this than I said I would. Take that, me. Take that for a second. Well, again, so, yes, I can shuffle it. It is a workout. If I had to shuffle this all day, if I were doing readings, my hands would start to hurt, They already are. So, again, it's just like, it's so thick that, like, getting my hands around it to just separate the stacks. And every time now we're going to get a pop-out. This is why I don't read pop-outs as anything special, incidentally, because I'm a clumsy shuffler. Let's actually compare it in the unfolding path. So this is the same cardstock as the Fifth Spirit. If you have that, I do. It's just it's on my desk. It's not reachable from here. I love this deck, incidentally. To me, this is one of the greatest decks of the year. So this is also thick, but it's smaller, They look kind of similar thicknesses. The unfolding path is definitely a little thinner, not much. But again, the size of these cards makes it much easier. You know what I mean? It's thick, but like I don't feel as limited. And I might be able to bridge this. No, I can't. Incidentally, this is one of the most beautiful Waite-Smith decks on the market right now. I did do a video on this one. I think it's gorgeous, and this is just a phenomenally beautiful back. I'm actually going to leave this out because I think I should work with it a little bit, because my plan was to work with this deck, and then I started my keyword experiment. So anyway, that's much easier to shuffle than this, and if nothing else, this deck has made me appreciate that other deck shuffling better. It's not impossible. But if, like me, you have small hands, it's not easy. This might be a good deck, actually, for someone starting out or someone who needs larger cards to get their hands around. You can see just how bright and vivid it is, and in that way, it's really exciting. These are the kinds of decks that I like to work with in public places because people don't find them threatening. You know, the colors are so bright and vivid, and, you know, and that, I think, is great. I also like that I know immediately what I'm looking at. I like the kind of uniqueness. So I really do like the deck a lot. I see no reason that I won't pick it up from time to time. Again, I find the cardstock problematic. But other than that, I think it's quite nice. It's the Gentle Thrills Tarot by Isa Beniston, or Isa Beniston, and it's from Hay House. And beautiful, bright, vivid cards, frustratingly glossy and thick cardstock. I would love all of their decks to come on a thinner version of this cardstock, because this cardstock shuffles great in the way it lets you, you know, like the ways that you can shuffle it, it shuffles well. If it were a little thinner and we could bridge it, even better. This is just kind of big and unwieldy. There is another deck that I'm using right now that is similar, but it's not glossy. And I prefer the matte, even though it shows more scuffs and scrapes. For something like this, you can see, you know, I'm lighting my table from the side, so that's why you're not seeing glare. But that's not always the case, especially when I'm doing like a big spread. So anyway, that's just me whining. Yeah, it's really beautiful. So anyway, there it is, the Gentle Thrills Tarot. Take care. This is the last of my deck videos for a while, I think. Oh, no, that's actually a lie. I have one more I'm going to show you. That's not one I got at Reader Studio. And then I'm going to go back to doing some Watch Me Work videos, because those are popular and seem to be getting requested. So I'm going to do some of those, and I enjoy those, and they're easy to do. So win-win. All right, take care. Be good. We'll talk soon.